going to do a disassembly and cleaning of the, this is, I think, the green NES or Nintendo 64 controller that goes with the Jungle Green console. And it's got some discoloration over here. I actually think it's been taken apart before and maybe had some super gluing done. So we're going to, oh yeah, that actually is a little bit loose. So we're going to take this apart and see if we can A, clean it up, but B, I'm going to see if I can fix that that area over there that was causing us issues. Might have to maybe do some repair for the super glue that's already there. I'm not sure what we're going to find, but all we need is a Phillips screwdriver. We can start cracking it open. I'm going to be careful with the screwdriver when I start taking the screws out on the other side. I have a feeling that's actually, I might not even need to undo them. That one I think has some, there we go. I was going to say has some corrosion on it, which we're going to clean off. Same with this one. I'm actually going to see if this lifts off, if those are even attached. Ah, got some 2 screws down in there also. Need to get out. Oof, yeah, that was a workout. Trying to get that one out of there. Jeez. Okay. Now this should come apart. Oh, still, I think a little bit. Oh, that's out. Oh, don't want to break this. Trying to get all of these over here. Okay. All right. Yep. Oh yeah. There's those posts right there. The good news, I think, is that they are whole, and I just don't think they used the best super glue before. So we should be able to get these out. It might not even have been super glued in the first place. So we'll see what we can do here. Might have just been damaged. Yeah, cool. That makes me feel a little bit better. Although my one concern is that super glue can sometimes leave a like foggy residue after it dries. But hopefully, if I leave it out in the open, that shouldn't happen. So obviously, first things first, I'm gonna take it all apart and clean it. I don't think this has been taken apart previously, but I can tell. Ew. Oh, that's gross. Might be able to get that mechanism out. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. I definitely want to get up and get in there. That's going to be rough. Trying to get that to come out. Well, I might just soak this and see if that can help. That's got some nastiness in there. Alright, we'll see what we can do. Maybe some warm water is just what the doctor ordered. Ew. Yeah, this thing definitely had something spilled on it at some point. Always gotta throw the buttons and all the pads in. Get the Z pad. Luckily all the components seem to, other than the couple of broken areas and that memory card clip, it seems okay. And I have tested out all the buttons and those do all seem to be working. Not entirely sure if that black one needs to be removed or not. We're going to try without first. Oh, well, that's nice too. Jeez. Someone's really wrenching on this thing. Or just had a really bad throw on this one side. You can see this piece is coming off too. Right there. Not much I'm going to be able to do about that piece. Let's see if this can come out without me breaking off those tabs. Maybe I don't need it to. I'd rather not try, because that thing, those clips look pretty sensitive. And we'll get the cord out. We'll be able to wipe that off with some alcohol. But the rest of it looks pretty darn clean. Of course, we'll get these silicone pads, toss them in the bucket, D-pad, start button. This is the first N64 controller I've ever taken apart. There we go. So, we're going to wash it up. First things first. Give it a nice soapy bath, and then we'll, once that's done, we'll come back and see if we can do anything about this mechanism. And I may try to look it up and see if there's some tricks online on how to remove it. I want to say it's going to have to come this way. These two clips right here need to be pushed in, and then it has to come out. So I have to push this part down, or push this up. See, there's even like, there's something in there. Which if I can get that out, it'll work a little better at the very least. Maybe that's part of our problem with why we can't get it out. Oh, that's the spring. Okay. Got it. It's probably a piece of the, yeah, piece of the plastic from the controller. But hey, at least now it opens all the way. So let's see. I was trying to keep, or get my pliers in here on both sides. See if I could simultaneously squeeze them. But I don't think these things are strong enough. Are you strong enough to bend my prongs. Nope, okay. Come on. Yep. Might just need a very, very tiny flathead screwdriver, which I believe I do have somewhere here. I know it's hanging around. Ooh. Even better, we got this pick here. Okay, got one. It's almost too wide to be pushed through here. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna wash it and see if that helps. If it can't, I'll try to find something else to do with that. Okay, we've got our Jungle Green controller all cleaned up, and this ended up cleaning up a lot better than I thought it would. We don't have any resistance now, there's no stickiness, and there wasn't even anything I had to reach in to clean out. It just kind of took care of it when it was in the soapy water, so that's nice. Just a little bit of residue, it seems, over here, but nothing terrible. And this is the other side, and this is where we're going to be doing some work today to super glue the components back on. So I can find all my things here. Okay, I'm gonna scrub this out a little bit. Sometimes when you're using the soapy water, things look good until they dry. You can see there's still some residue there along the edges. I may just take some alcohol wipes to that after I super glue it. So let's take a look at that first. I'll get rid of this. We don't want to get any super glue on it. And we're going to try reattaching these posts. So fortunately, these lost quite a bit of their structural integrity when they broke off. So I'm trying to figure out where this fits back into place. Looks like that's right there. And it's missing a little chunk down at the bottom. Let's see if we can zoom in a little. There you go. So this area right here, we're not going to be able to, I don't know where that piece is. I didn't find it when I took it apart, so it might have, well, actually, no, maybe I did. I remember seeing some pieces around here, but you know what? I don't know if it's really going to be worth digging it out of the garbage or out of the carpet for. So we're going to try first with just reattaching it with what we have. Yeah, this one's missing a piece as well. But hopefully it can just sit in there like it's supposed to. Yeah. It's really unfortunate. There we go. So we can get that one to sit in there. I am going to try to see if I can find any of the other pieces, the chips that fell off, and maybe, because I would love to give it back its, at least a little bit of its structural integrity. There's one piece there, but I don't think that's going to be nearly enough for me to glue back into place. I think it's just going to make more of a mess. I'm going to search around on the floor and see if I can find any of the other pieces that might have fallen off. Well, these are the only two pieces I was able to find on the floor. This one and this one over here. So I think those are too small for me to to worry about. If I have any issues with it being like structurally compromised, then I might try putting those in afterwards. But for now, we're just going to start with the basics here. So this one was the easy one, so I think I'm going to do that one first. What I'm going to do is put some of the super glue down on the part first. See if I can focus here. Come on. Focus on the super glue, dang it. There we go. All right. And the one edge I didn't put any glue on was the one to the side here. But honestly, as long as these are in place and then screwed down afterwards, it's really just making it so that this controller stays together and then has some pressure points as you squeeze it together. So I think it'll be okay once it's cured. And that's all we need really from that one. As long as I don't knock it out of place, it's feeling pretty solid. So now this one, let's see if I remember. Luckily we got this little notch here which is going to connect back here. So that should be pretty easy to line up. So I'm going to try this out for this one. A little dab will do. And I'm not sponsored in any way by any vendor, but this is the Gorilla Super Glue Gel, which I really love because it doesn't drip and it's very, very easy to place things, and it dries really fast. So if you know where you're putting something, I would definitely suggest doing a dry fit first a few times, but then after that the gel even sometimes will let it hold up. And now if I put this on its side, those are staying straight. They've already cured quite a bit, which is good. So now we're just going to let this sit for a couple hours just to make sure that it's cured all the way, and then I may come back and try to attach these. We'll see. I have to use some little pliers. These things have seen better days, but I might use these to try to place them in for some extra solidity, but I don't know. We'll see how we feel about that. This one I think is where the little one came from. That's where the big chip came from. So at least I got all the parts. That's nice. And I'm not even gonna mess with this, I don't think. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll put some super glue down just in that little white spot there, and then push it in just so that it's not hanging off there. Yeah, I'm back in a couple hours. Alright, well here is the super glued posts, and I think they turned out pretty well, and I don't think I'm going to try putting these back in. I really don't. I'm going to show you how delicate this would have to be. Yeah, that's exactly exactly how delicate this would need to be. Part of it is I probably need to fix my pliers here. These have been used so much. Let's see if I can crimp them back down. There, good as new, right? We'll see. So this one would have to go in like so. Oh, just kidding. It actually needs to go in this way, I think. Nope. That one goes there. It's like a puzzle from hell. One that there's no going back, or no coming back from if you mess it up. Yeah, I think, oop. Yeah, I don't want that flying around with super glue on it. So I think we're gonna call it. I'm gonna put the buttons back in here, and we're just gonna leave it as is, because I think it's much better than it was, and I don't want to push my luck. So we're just not going to. Okay, well that looks good. We're going to set this on our handy dandy microfiber cloth, since I just cleaned it and I don't want to mess it up with the nastiness that's down there. So now this controller I do need to look at, because this joystick, I almost took the screw out of it when I worked on it the first time, when I first took it apart. And I didn't want to do that, so I need to put this back together. Now the joystick feels okay, but it's got definitely got some wobble to it. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about it right now, because in my testing it did seem to test okay. But if I wanted to, I did find that that we can get a kit to rebuild or refurbish that joystick mechanism in there. There's a cup and some gears that you can redo. So maybe sometime I'll try that on one of these. For right now, for this one, I think we're okay. These are essentially keyed in a certain way so that you know which side you're putting it on. And they have a little inset, or whatever you want to call it, that is specifically there for the solder joints, which is interesting. But that's how it works. Trying to keep that down and out of the way. I have a feeling that's going to get in the way while we're putting the back on. Then left, oops. Like so. Okay. Now this, we'll have to put the Z button back in, which goes like so. I think the cable is in the way, which is what I was worried about. Maybe. That's what it is. This goes all the way up, I think, and then it curves over and goes out. Maybe. Either that or it goes under, over. There we go. That feels better. Goes straight up through these posts, around this corner here, then up through these two posts, curved, and then out. Okay. Put our right button back on. Gonna need that. Okay, this should slip right on now. Yeah, there we go. I did not super glue the area that I had wondered about, which would be right over here. But in looking at it, I don't think it's going to cause any issues. I'm sorry, that would have been right over there. I do hear something though, which I don't like. Let's see if we can get this back open. I think we got it out. I'm guessing it was part of that, part of the shell rattling around in there, because I knew I only found one piece of the two that I was going, gosh dang it, of the two that I was going to put back on. Oh, and you know what? I am forgetting something. I need to screw down the joystick, which reminds me there is one other piece that I need to glue here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove, if I can, this connection here. Because then I can turn this on its side, and we are going to glue down our bracket, which has seen better days. So what I'm going to do, this may seem counterintuitive, but I'm going to break this more because I need to get some glue into that little, into this little crack here. So I can't do that, I don't think, without breaking it. So I'm going to break it in half, and we're essentially going to glue two pieces. Ugh. Oh, there we go. I don't actually have to break it in half. I can just break it like that. So I'm going to glue this piece first. Move this over to the side. now should be able to push these pieces together. See, it's opening up a little bit, so I'm gonna actually open it a bit and get some of the super glue in there and try to push it closed. That's looking much better. Okay, we're going to set that down. Give it one more squeeze, and we'll let this dry. When we come back, we'll glue it onto this piece here. Although, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't see any reason why we can't do that now. One challenge is going to be that I will not be able to dry fit this like I usually do. I think I got it backwards. Yep, that's better. Okay. That is sitting in its place. I'm just going to hold this down for a little bit. Okay, it's not pushing back up on me, so that's good. We'll have to see when we come back if these screws are going to cause us any trouble as we secure it back to the shell. I'm hoping the answer is no. Okay, well, it's been a few hours here, and let's check how this is doing. Seems to be doing pretty well. I think it's set pretty nicely. So we're going to try screwing this down. And we've got our screws here. We'll try a tiny screwdriver. Okay. First one we'll do is the center one. Okay. Apparently these ones are not magnetic, and that's always fun. All right, moment of truth. Looks like it went through the hole, okay, so that's good. I'm gonna have to do this very gingerly. I wish I had a washer actually, but I don't think I do. Alright, I'm pushing on the other side there, wiggling it a bit, doesn't have any give, so I think that's looking pretty good. Alright, put that back into place, put our right button back in place. There we go. Okay, we got everything in place. Let's close her back up. I'm honestly surprised that these screws are not the security bit. I feel like everything Nintendo after I think like the Super Nintendo was all security bit. I'm using this little screwdriver because I feel like I almost want it to slip a little bit. It's getting too tight. I don't want to over tighten these because of how brittle this plastic seems to be. I might try a different screw there. I feel like that one isn't going in as far as I want it to. I'll try a different screw. Okay, that's much better. I really want to be gentle with these ones. These are the ones that I super glued. Good. Luckily, I think I saved the cleanest screws for both of those. Good. Feels pretty solid. And we'll put the little ones back in. Okay. All right. I think this one needs to be tightened a little bit more. Good. Alright, everything's pretty tight now. I think that turned out really well. Smell a little bit. Turned out pretty nice and clean. Yeah. Nice. Alright, well, she's ready for another day of gaming. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.